G'day, I'm Stephen Green. Before I start anything about Flying Futaba magazine, it's just a little bit about myself. Been flying models for 50 odd years, both competitively and commercially, and up to a couple of years ago I was a Futaba dealer in Melbourne. I carried the complete range of stock, both air and surface, but after a few months I decided the RC car market wasn't for me. Perhaps it was a driving experience of this, I'm not sure. It was little to me a mini, but once I put a radio with Expo in it, it was something I could then actually get around the track. But anyway, I'm an aeroplane person, not cars, so I'm just driving into where my hobby shop was, and it was just Futaba specialty, that's all, nothing else. So the one thing I learnt whilst I was here was reading all the instruction manuals and then trying to put it into writing. The magazine, which I was doing prior to that, it was very difficult. So this first edition of Flying Futaba magazine is really just an introduction for someone that's wanting to get into the brand, or even if you've purchased one and you're trying to get the most out of it. So here's just some of my exploits over the years. I think the most exciting or satisfying find I've ever done was that power line stringing. Just turning up and stringing lines up to a mile across in high country was really good, and also doing air shows at motorsport events. That was a bit of a thrill. And so yes, during the COVID lockdown in 2019, I set about gearing up all my aeroplanes onto the 16SZ. And by the time I'd done all that and then put this magazine together, the IZ came out, so I've done a quick conversion over my aeroplanes onto the IZ. It's easy to get quite confused with Futaba, given that there's 5 different ways you can reverse a servo direction. So some of the mixes in here may not be spot on, but they all do work, which is pretty much the only guarantee that I give with these publications, is that whatever you read about has been flown by someone, by someone competent, including a couple of mates, a couple of legends. And the next edition, I'm hoping to, if COVID sort of is kind to us, legend number 1, we're going to fly down in his Christian Eagle down to legend number 2, where we're going to test fly his Bleriot. So I'm hoping all that does come off. But anyway, I hope you enjoy this first edition. And just remember, before you take off, always run through the controls and the switches if you've been doing any complex programming. And the next edition I'm working on should be out in October, and proceeds from that magazine are going to go towards Speed Weekend, or specifically just some prize money for Formula 2 to try and get some juniors off computers and into flying model aircraft. Anyway, until next time, I hope you enjoy the read. Cheers.